So I have an exclusive message for my chosen ones out there. There's a lot of turmoil and things that are going on in this world, from the war, from deaths, from homicides, suicides. It's just a lot going on. And as a chosen one, if you don't keep yourself grounded, you're going to fall victim. You're going to fall prey to the predator. You're going to fall prey to those who are out to get you, whether it's in the physical realm or the spiritual realm. So being a chosen one is hard, especially because we have a different wavelength of thinking. We don't think like other people. And with that being said, is that, being a chosen one, I'm trying to I'm about to say curriculate, I'm trying to articulate. There we go. Excuse me. I'm trying to articulate my words because I have to choose them wisely. I have to make sure that I'm doing what the Most High wants me to do and say what the Most High wants me to say, and make sure that the Holy Spirit takes control over my mouth, because I don't want this to come from me. But as chosen ones, we will live in a more peaceful and rambunctious life if we were to just focus and keep that tunnel vision of our purpose and what God wants us to do. And with that being said, I used to hide who I was. As a chosen one, I knew I was always different. I was always left out, or I was always ridiculed, or I was always bullied and picked on. So if you've ever experienced that, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us have, even if we're not chosen ones, but especially if you were always that person that you knew that you had a good heart. People knew that you had a good heart. People stepped on your feelings, or they made you feel inadequate, or they made you feel like you were never enough for them when you were literally giving your everything. And I say that to branch off into narcissism. As I'm walking on a path of, who I am and who God has made me to be, He's showing me each and every day. He's putting me in situations that I've been in before. This is really it's kind of bothering me because not the spiral, but don't get distracted, Jazz. There we go. All right. But God has brought me full circle when it comes to certain things. And when I say certain things, I mean same situations that I've been in before, just to show me how much I've evolved on account of him. You get what I'm saying? Like, he'll put me, say for example, he'll put me in a situation of somebody trying to down talk me or trying to belittle me. Now it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't get to me. I don't snap. I don't pounce. I don't get upset. I don't go on this whole tangent about my worth. When back in the day, that's what I used to do because I know what I was worth. But you don't hear diamonds knocking on people's doors and say, hey, buy me. Hello, I'm a diamond. Hey. Who? Chosen one was with diamonds. There's other rocks out there and pebbles and marbles, but when you're a diamond, you know your worth. You don't have to, you don't have to be like, hey, I'm a diamond. You don't. Because people are going to pick you. And you're going to have people that pick you for their selfish reasons, and you're going to have people to pick you because they actually see your worth, and your worth is priceless. So let me dial back a little bit. So I just wanted to speak on being a chosen one. I want to speak on being an empath. Empaths are I like to call them emotional sponges. And when I mean them, I mean me. When I mean them, I mean you. If you've ever felt like you're an emotional sponge, like whether you go into a restaurant, or you say, for example, you go into somebody's house and your spirit was at 100 before you step foot on their property. Soon as you knock, your energy's kind of teetering, but as soon as that person opens the door, embraces you with a hug or daps you up, or if you walk inside where they lay their head at, you walk inside where they reside and your energy just depletes, you're an empath. So if you have actually walked into an area that had energies just everywhere. You had different type of energies, different type of people, different type of things going on, and you felt real depleted. You know, you felt like, oh my gosh, like, oh, like you feel very pressured to be there, and your spirit is not easy. I want you to like this video, because I remember back in the day, now that I look at it, like I used to sit here and make excuses. You know, like if I would go somewhere, my energy would be depleted. I would be like, oh, I gotta go because my mom wants me to do something, and I done did. Like, literally, I used to go into people's, and this is before I knew who I was, okay? I used to go, like, I remember going to this party, and when I stepped, like, before I was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm flyer than a flyer. I'm cute. Who? You know, because when I step out, oh, baby, I step out. But, you know, my energy was completely depleted, and I was kind of, like, sidetracked because I was, like, I was thrown off. People be creeping and stuff. Anyway, boy, look here, get on that vacation. I got to look here. I am not where I'm originally supposed to be at. I'm on a little vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta watch my surroundings. But anyway, like, I want you to like this video if you ever like walked into somebody's residence, or if you've been to a restaurant, or if you even talked to somebody and you embrace them, and you notice that your energy or your spirit just cancels out, and you're looking like, what is going on? And you try to ignore it. Either you ignored it. I want you to like this video if you like ignored that weird energy, or I want you to like this video if you try to hurry up and scurry and think of something so that you can leave the premises. All right, so I say all that to say this. As a chosen one, once you walk into who you are, and once you embrace who God has made you to be, you don't have to hide from anyone. You don't have to put on a facade so people can like you, okay? Stop pleasing men. And when I mean men, I mean human. Stop pleasing man, because at the end of the day, humans don't have a hell or a heaven to put you in. So why are you pleasing them? Take that same energy that you are pleasing the flesh and please the spirit, so that you may have everlasting life, so on and so forth, eternity down the road, passing on generations. Y'all get what I'm saying. So I just wanted to go ahead and list maybe like, I'll give you four. How can I put it? I'm going to give you like 4 little tidbit marks on what to look out for when you are faced with a narcissist. And, you know, people, okay, when you're faced with a narcissist, like, you don't know that they're narcissists. You know, you probably hear this word just bouncing and reverberating off of walls, but you know, every chosen one has you have your own journey. So I can't sit here and hold your hand with you and be like, hey, is that okay? Is that how you feel? What do they do? I can't do that, because you have to notice that as time goes on, you have to find out who God has made you to be. Okay? My experiences are not your experiences, and your experiences will never be mine. Okay? So one thing, this is a sign, a number one sign of a narcissist. Before I get to the sign, let me put it in my own words what I believe a narcissist is. A narcissist to me is somebody, okay, it can go kind of like 3 ways. The first way I would describe a narcissist, okay, not describe a narcissist, but these are basically not vacuums, not gateways, what's the word? Not agencies, it's leaving me. Traffic? I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. Y'all, just I told you my mind moves faster than my brain. Y'all already know the shows and ones, but so a vehicle. There we go. Yes. All right. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Whew. I be getting so tired. But so these are 3 vehicles that will expose the narcissist to you. Okay. Number 1 is like when a person is very self-absorbed, they're self-centered, everything is about them, okay? They were either overloved as a child, okay? When it comes to narcissism, that means, to me, personally, is that that person did not have time to emotionally develop the milestones that they were supposed to develop at that time in life. Okay. And one of the things is they could have been overloved, which they parents or whoever raised them never said no to them, never really made them combative, never really pushed them past their potential. They're always used to hearing yes. They're spoiled. It was always yes, yes, and all they had to do was get upset or throw a few things or throw a temper tantrum or act mad and slam doors and they would get their way. Their parents or whoever raised them or lack thereof never really had them push past that emotional boundary. They stayed right here when they know that they were supposed to elevate. But as they were elevating, they were actually depreciating because they weren't past that milestone for their age. All right. The second vehicle I would say is that, a lot of narcissists are not loved enough. They're overlooked and they're underappreciated. And, you see on those movies where you always got that kid who, their parent has all this money, they're not hurting financially or anything like that, but their parents don't pay attention to them. They can throw house parties, or they can stay out as late as they want, or they can get in trouble at school and their parents are just like, just a little slap on the wrist. Their parents or whoever they're staying with or whoever has guardianship over them doesn't really pay much attention to them. They're not loved enough. They're not really paid attention to. So they were never really held accountable for their actions or their reactions. And the third one I think is a big one, is that they're people pleasers. And being an empath, once you do your research and you find out who you are, being an empath, sometimes you will feel like you have narcissistic tendencies and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't, what I'm saying? Like, no, this is not right. I know how I'm feeling. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I just don't know how to market that to my feelings. I don't know how to really, bag it up and still, what I'm saying? Or, hold up, now that was a pre-Jesus Jasmine moment. Okay, anyway. So, and then one of the big ones, that something traumatic happened in their childhood. Maybe they lost a parent or they lost somebody that was close to them, or, they were being abused and they had to just find different ways to cope because they were by themselves. There's a lot of vehicles that'll drive it home in the garage. I like my analogies, but there are a lot of vehicles that'll drive it home when it comes to narcissists because they are emotionally unstable. They are emotionally immature because they did not get what they were supposed to get. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't receive what they were supposed to receive when it came to emotional milestones, or handling day-to-day problems. Either they swept them up under the rug or they had to duck and dodge. Maybe they were in an abusive household. They had to do what they had to do with their survival instinct. So once they feel like, it's hard to stop becoming a narcissist. It really is, because it's going to take therapy. And a lot of that's why they say when you come across narcissists, do not tell them that they're narcissists, because they're going to blow up, even if they know what that is. And a lot of narcissists, they don't know that they're narcissists. They don't think that they're doing anything wrong because they've been who they are all of their lives. It's just something that they molded to protect themselves. But deep down, narcissists are children who never got that equilibrium balance of love and discipline and nurturing, so on and so forth. Okay, so mainly that wasn't really any signs of being a narcissist. So I was gonna give you signs, but I feel like describing a narcissist in my own words without looking it up on the internet and saying, oh, number one, number two, I try to put it in my own words because it's authentic and it's not something that I read over the internet. Okay, it's something that I've experienced back to back to back. And one thing I can speak on Chosen One is that as Chosen Ones, you are going to attract a lot of toxic people. And by toxic people, I mean narcissists, because guess what? Narcissists and empaths go together like peanut butter and jelly. Narcissists and empaths go together like white on rice, no pun intended. And you have to make sure that you are not above anybody, but you have to make sure that in your psyche, you have to stay one step ahead of these narcissists. Because if you don't, they will chew you up, spit you out, pick you back up again, chew you up some more, spit you out. It's this rotating cycle because that's just who they are. The first narcissist I dealt with, I feel like maybe he was a narcissist because his father was a fireman, you know, and his father got killed in the line of duty. And I felt as though, you know, he lashed out. You know, people take grieving differently. People take hurt differently. So, you know, some people lash out, some people close up. You know, some people just clam up, and then that's just what it was. But, you know, sometimes narcissism is not only based on people pleasing, not being loved enough, or, you know, not being overloved, but sometimes it's just that they have experienced a traumatic moment that they never really got over, or it's a traumatic moment that they never really opened the basket up all the way to evaluate their feelings. Okay, but as this world is going on, like there's so many narcissistic tendencies and ways that are going out, and they're going out sad. But that's why us chosen ones are here, because we are made to flip the script. Okay, narcissists have been running this world for centuries and centuries. 2022 is a reset year, and I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it because that's what it is. It's time for us empaths to take over the world. It's time for us chosen ones to lead and guide with our testimony. It's time for us as chosen ones to guide the world, you know, and say that, hey, this is who my master is. These narcissists and everybody else have been worshiping the devil. As chosen ones, it's our responsibility to stand up and tell the world, this is who I worship. This is who I follow. This is who I trust in. And you know, you will see the fruits of the Spirit. The people around you will see your fruits of the Spirit. And that doesn't always mean physically, you know. The kingdom of God always comes from within. The light always shines from within first. If it's not within, you can't expect to see it multiply tangibly, you know. But I'm gonna name this video what is a narcissist or something like that. But if any of these things are you, or if any of these things are something or someone that you ran into and it sounds a little all too familiar, I want you to like this video. Okay, like and comment on this video if anything resonates. So I will be putting out more videos, and then we'll go into the deeper end of narcissism and chosen one. Until next time.